Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute, but there's reasons for that. I mean, this year I'm sure has been insane for everyone involved. So, you know, life just happened. So, as you know, one of my guilty pleasures is watching the Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac. So I am back to review the episodes of, well, Atlanta just started last Sunday, so I'm gonna review that one. And Potomac, they have their finale that just happened, and then they have their 3 reunion episodes. And I am going to review them because I just love talking about it. So I'm happy to be back. Thank you guys for being patient. I love you guys, and cheers to being back. Okay, so I have my notes in my phone here. We open up with Giselle putting together her tree with her daughters, and they look like they're over it and over their mom's shenanigans. And then Giselle says, oh, well, you know, your dad will be here tomorrow, and they're just like, oh, so good luck to them with that. Robin is out with Juan, and they are planning for the annual holiday party. So I guess every year they throw a holiday party. I didn't know this, but I guess they're never filming during this time. So she's planning that. Of course, everyone is invited except Monique. Although I don't understand how you can have beef with somebody and be like, you can coexist in a room and not be. I don't understand how 2 adult females can't do that, or 2 adult women. I don't understand how 2 adult women can't just be in the same area and just have a great time without having to argue with somebody. Just avoid them if it's a problem. Giselle calls to see how the proposal will go with Juan, so she's calling Juan, and somehow the signal goes out. Just producers being messy, I don't know. Meanwhile, Monique is going to see her therapist. Now, I really like Monique. I always did. The problem is that this whole apology tour, I don't feel like it's warranted as far as trying to prove to everybody else that that's not her and that's not her actions. She's not sorry about putting her hands on Candice, so why is she apologizing to everybody else? I feel like Monique owes Candice an apology for how she lost control, and I also believe Candice owes Monique an apology for, did I say that right? Monique owes Candice an apology for how she lost control, and then Candice owes Monique an apology for how she was just popping off at the mouth. I don't understand how it's this complicated. They're both in the wrong. But anyways, we'll get to that later. She is talking to her therapist, and she is in tears and talking about how she's been so stressed out about it that it's affecting her appetite, which I understand because I have been in situations where I've been so stressed. My anxiety levels have been so high that I have stopped eating, or just not eating as much. I'd have to force myself to eat, and lost weight, which explains, because when she was at that live podcast, she was tiny. I felt like she looked really small, but you know, she was all, gotta do the podcast. She was all trying to, you know, put on and act like none of this was bothering her, but we know it was. She also says that she feels hurt because she feels like she's been written off. Not even 5 minutes in, throat getting dry. I'm sorry. She feels like she's been written off by these other women. And I do agree that Giselle and Robin and Candice and Wendy have been doing the absolute most as far as trying to ostracize this lady and make it seem like she just did just something that's just so terrible that I just can't be seen with her because she doesn't have any self-control. It's really ridiculous. And the way they treated her when she called that meeting was ridiculous. However, why did you even call the meeting if you were not remorseful about what you did? There's no, like, it doesn't make sense. So she goes on and she talks about how she's felt like she was outcast in school. And I feel like a lot of people felt like that. A lot of people have dealt with that. The same situation that she felt, saying that, you know, she was the only black girl at her school and nobody wanted to really be her friend and all that stuff. Okay, a lot of people have been in that situation. And then when you go to the black school, they make fun of you because you speak too proper. I mean, we all have been that. Hello. Anyways. But I mean, I'm not fighting people that say things that I don't like as a grown woman. But, you know, it's fine. It's, you know, she lost control. She's learned something. She's not sorry for it, but I guarantee she learned a little something. I mean, whatever. She also says that she feels like she's always got to prove herself to these women, which I noticed from the very first season she was on the show, because she was always talking about, I'm a mom and I'm the wife to this guy and I do this and I do that and I manage this and I manage that. She's always talking about, I'm busy, I do this, I've got this podcast. And it's like she's always trying to prove, like, I've got things going on. You guys, look, I'm somebody that's worth being friends with or being seen with because I'm this person that does this and has this. And I do agree that Giselle has always been jealous of her because of her financial stability, I guess I can say. It's more than stability. That girl is solid. But she also, the first season she was on, she always had to mention what she had. She doesn't do it anymore. But in the very beginning, she would say things like, I remember there was a clip where she said, this 5-bedroom, such and such bathroom house just ain't big enough for the 4 of us. And it's just, or she would always name things by the brand. Like if I were to say, oh, these Chanel flats ain't getting me through, just they're flats, calm down, stop. Like she was one of those, but she got better. I guess maybe you can call that growth. I don't know, but to me, she's gotten better. She's more palatable, in my opinion. I really like her. Beautiful woman, so, you know, I like her. I just wish she would stop acting like she is sorry, but then when you ask her, like, okay, so are you gonna apologize or do you feel remorseful about how you acted towards Candice? And then she's like, what do you mean? But no, if you just stand in it and just say, you know, I did what I did and that's what I did and I don't care. Charges were dropped, now I can really show my butt. Like, that's just say that. All right, so we have Ashley taking pictures of baby Dean with her husband. He is now 5 months, and of course they're ecstatic about that, and I'm happy for her. She got the kid she wanted, so she's excited. She also mentions that Michael has stepped up after the family meeting where her uncle and her mom really gave it to him about this whole cheating scandal. I feel that she always does this. When he does something to embarrass her, she always comes back and says, man, we had a meeting with the therapist, or we had a sit down and he's really stepping up. And it's just, that's fine. Just say that you married this man for his money. You had the first child and now the second child is on the way, and you're just making sure you have the check and everything in order for when you get ready to go. I personally think that's what she's doing. So anyways, the juicy part. Michael says Juan, they start talking about Robin and Juan and how she found out through Giselle that Juan is planning to propose to Robin soon. And Michael is just automatically like, we had a conversation. I know we had a conversation and I know Juan, And basically Juan is not going to propose. That's not gonna happen. Just trust me, I know. And Ashley's like, there's something I should be concerned about. And he's like, oh, just, you know, just I know. All right, girl. Whatever you say, Michael. So we switch over to Candice. She is getting her nails done with her mom. And she's talking about how she questions her relationship with Karen. I don't know. I feel like I need more information about the Candice and Karen thing, because you can't force somebody who is friends with two people who have had a fight. You can't force that person to stop being friends with their other friend. It's like, why would you, like, we're not in kindergarten. So I don't know why it's just, that aggravates me. And that's the crazy thing. I like Candice. It's just, I feel like I'm fair enough to know, okay, this person's really doing the most and I can't get behind your behavior. And I haven't been able to get behind her behavior post this fight, if you want to call it a fight. I mean, you pull somebody's hair and you bop them on the top of the head a couple times. I wouldn't count that as a fight, but you know, to each his own. So she's still upset about Karen, and she thinks Karen is, I think a lot of that excess hurt that she has about Karen is because Karen was her go-to as her second mom. So she felt like she can go to her when her own mother was letting her down. And that was like her second crutch as a mother figure. And you know, your mom has to be able to tell you when you are wrong. And I don't think she does well with somebody telling her she is wrong or she is reacting in a way that is not beneficial. And Karen is one of those people that's gonna say, look, this ain't right. And she cannot stand that. And she doesn't want her to tell her that she is not correct for how she behaved and then still be friends with the other person. I mean, they're both wrong. So what, is she gonna stop being friends with both of them? Like, okay. She also tells her mom that she's ready for a child, which all this I think is a bunch of BS, because she's saying that because of how she went through this situation with Monique in the fight, that she's now ready for a child. Like she made it through, and because of the way her mom supported her and it's improved their relationship, now she's ready for a child. How? I feel like you're gonna need some more therapy outside of this whole thing before you realize, like, I mean, you have a child whenever you want to. Like, if that's her decision, but don't make it seem like, you know, I got my head bopped a couple times and you know what? I think I'm gonna have a child because I survived. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but whatever, Candice. Okay, so we switch over to Karen. She is packing for Florida. Apparently she is going to be selling her Ladon fragrance on HSN. Kudos to her. You know, this is that was the first business, and then the wig is the second business. So, you know, I'm really proud of her. She is really she's trying to take her money and flip it to make another income. So I'm proud of her for that. They show her on HSM sharing, you know, her perfume and giving the younger girls some tips, talking about spraying perfume behind your knee. Okay, girl. But I mean, she said, I've been married for 20 something years. I know all the secrets. Okay, girl. Okay. She also talks to Ray about the text receipts that she sent to the group. But I mean, Candice still said that okay, so it said that she told Monique to get there at 4 and Candice at 6 or something like that. And then Candice says that she called her before that and said to come at a different time. I mean, that still doesn't prove anything. It's still, the times are still off. Like, if she would have said, I told you to come at 5 and I told you to come at 5, or I told her to come at 5 and Candice would have said, you told me to come at 5 as well, then that would have been something really questionable. But you know, honestly, I don't know. This could have had something to do with the producers. This could have been all kinds, you never know. So I'll just wait till more information comes out. So Robin and Juan are going to therapy, which I feel like if they were planning on getting remarried, they should have started therapy months ago. But I mean, they could have did that, I don't know. They're just showing this session right before the proposal for some reason. So they give a rundown of the relationship timeline. They met in high school. She was a senior, he was a junior. They went to school together, blah, blah, blah. Eventually got engaged, married, 2 kids. Talks about having the kids and saying that, you know, she felt like she was just a walking zombie, taking care of these 2 kids on her own, and he was going away traveling. And he gets defensive immediately and says, no, let's not act like I was a bad father or whatever. Something he said like that. But he's like, let's not act like I was to blame for all of this because you played your part. And he was basically saying that he wasn't getting what he needed out of the relationship and he had to go elsewhere to get it. But it's, at the end of the day, it seems like both sides were wrong, essentially, because, okay, she's not giving you what you need and you're not helping with the children. So I mean, I understand, like, you know, life gets crazy. I have a toddler. You guys know this. I understand. You can lose yourself in rearing a child. You can lose your relationship in rearing a child. It's hard, you know? That child takes up a lot, and she had 2. I got 1 and I'm struggling, but she has 2, so I can only imagine how stressful that was. So, but really what stands out is how defensive he got and how I mean, they were both extremely emotional in this moment, and it shows that, you know, they've still got some work to do on the road to recovery. So I hope they got all that taken care of, you know, or they get all that resolved before, you know, they walk down the aisle in this destination wedding that they're planning to have. Okay, so at the party, of course, Giselle she looks better than she normally does. I will give her that. She's got the silver sequin pants going and she's got the puffy shoulders, like the white off the shoulder, puffy, that necklace, that plastic thing, horrid. Then she got the headband with it. I forgot, like this was yesterday or a couple days ago, and it's coming back in pieces. She does a lot with accessories, and that could be, I mean, I don't do a lot with accessories, as you can see, but maybe she can tone it down some, because she's got the big necklace and the big headband and the bright pants and the big shoulders and she's doing a lot. But it's better than some of the other things, i.e. the outfit in Madeira with the yellow skirt. Of course, she says the pastor will not be at the party because he's got to be on the pulpit tomorrow morning to girl, we knew that. You didn't have to even explain. Just why are you even explaining this to us? We know he's not coming, so just next person. Ashley arrives with her hot girl ponytail, and she looks really cute with this look. Like, usually when she pulls her hair back, that forehead is just, I don't know how to describe it, but she has a huge forehead. However, I have a big one too. It's just what it is, so I'm not hating on this look because it is beautiful with the dramatic eyes. She looks good, so she looks cute. Cole won't stop talking because he feels like, you know, if Jamal's supposed to be here with you, then why can't, just stop talking. I agree with Giselle for once. Stop talking. I don't want, just be quiet. Somebody needs to tell Giselle that too when she starts intercepting into someone's business and speaking on stuff. Like, you know, she starts stuff with those little one-liners. She throws it in the conversation and then it just, everything blows up, and just somebody needs to tell her to stop talking sometimes. Karen says she might not be able to make it, and of course everybody's like, oh, here we go. She might not be able to make it. Oh, stop, y'all. Ashley says Michael can't have alcohol because of how he acts when he gets drunk. Understandable. So, I mean, I agree. Then we have Robin saying that that's an open bar and that drinks are on her. And the IRS is knocking. I'm just saying. Candice and Wendy arrive. Candice looks cute in her little feather dress. Wendy looks cute. I like the all white on her. Michael is complimenting Juan. Just all night, he was all over him. That was a mess. But we already know that was gonna happen. He's always looking for Juan. He's always ready to see Juan. Juan. You think him and Juan were together at some point. Juan is Michael's Jamal. Like, I'm not gonna, no, that's not. Michael says that Juan was struggling with his commitment and just was having second thoughts, and he just felt like, you know, why do this again? But of course Giselle hears this. I mean, that's the thing. Why bring Giselle? So Ashley brought Giselle over to Michael and says that, you know, Michael has some concerns and he doesn't think that the engagement's gonna happen. And of course, why do these girls always go to Giselle? Oh, she's the worst person to talk to about any of this stuff. So Giselle's getting worked up. What? We're not gonna have, oh, girl, stop. She does so much. So once Giselle gets up and goes to approach Juan about the situation to make sure the proposal is still on, Michael just looks at Ashley like, and she's like, I mean, is there anything you can tell me? Like, what is it? And I mean, you got a taste of your wife's messiness firsthand. You got a taste of it, so you see what everybody else deals with. And that was minor. That was extremely minor. But you see how your wife brought the bone, and Michael carried, or not Michael, but Giselle carried it on, and it's just, oh my God, is the proposal gonna happen? Girl, stop. Like, I messed up my hair. Candice gets up to sing, and of course the sound was giving them problems at first, and then it came in. It was very awkward at first because you heard her voice this much and the music this much, and then it came in, and then she's got her little background. Well, she was basically singing with the track. But it was cute. Good job, girl. I couldn't do it, so hey. So now we have Juan. Well, first, Robert gets up and says her remarks and everything, and you know, she says everything, and she says once again, she says it like 3 or 4 times this episode, drinks on me, open bar. Girl, we know. Drinks on Bravo, we know. So then Juan takes the mic and she's looking at him like, what are you about to say? And then he gets on one knee and proposes, and it's great. And of course, Wendy, sit down. Why are you up here acting like you got the Holy Ghost? Like that thing she does aggravates the crap out of me, because every time something happens, like when she guessed Portugal and she was, stop. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you're taking away from this girl's moment. And Karen was right. She don't get a lot of moments. Let Robert have this one moment in the season. This one moment. Let her have it, okay? Please, like, come on. That was so annoying. Between her and Candice, no. You and Wendy are not friends with Robert like that. I mean, if anybody should have been acting like that, it should have been Giselle, but I guess. All right, so Juan proposes. Michael is acting a fool now because he sees he was wrong, and Juan saying whatever he said, which is funny because Michael says that Juan said something, and also Karen says that Juan said something. I don't know if that's that what Karen said was valid. I feel like that was just a quick comeback, but you never know. Maybe there's something that they didn't put in the season that he did that we don't know about. But anyways, Michael is just, his face is just cracked. So he is upset. And then he's telling Juan, oh, we're gonna have a bachelor party in, where did he say? Vegas. A bachelor party in Vegas. Just the two of us, no cameras. Go somewhere with that, sir. Don't do it. Stop. Stop. And Juan's just like, shot. Like, what are you talking about, sir? Like, I mean, have any of you guys seen Insecure with Kelly? Oh gosh. Okay. Karen finally arrives with Ray just as they're talking smack about this woman because she's got mechanical issues on the plane. But of course, they're talking all their crap and she finally walks in. Meanwhile, as this is bubbling and brewing, Michael's still flirting with Juan, and he's even flirting with, was it Wendy's husband? Saying that he looks second best to Juan. He is a mess. Like, Ashley needs to, like, at this point, he is pissed because Juan has proposed. So he's like, forget it, I'm drinking something. I deserve it. So now he's going on his rampage, getting started, getting that engine revved up. So at this point, the conversation about Karen and once again, her not choosing Candice's side is brewing, and all the women are like, but you don't understand. And Karen is saying, once the truth comes out, and it's like, everybody has seen it. Yes, you said there was a point where Candice threw a glass in her face, but that was after she had already started pulling her hair. If somebody pulls my hair and I have a wine glass in my hand, of course I'm gonna throw it at them because I want them to let go of me. So what are you talking about? Oh, there was something they didn't see. Girl, we were all there. Y'all were all there, you know, and we saw it on TV, so cut the crap. Also, on the other side, Candice is sitting there. You saw, the way she was pointing, I just wanted to, like, you saw what happened, Karen. You saw. She's the worst this season. Like, I don't understand. I like Candice, but you were so exhausting this season. I just, goes to tell Chris Bassett that his wife is just out of control. And he's like, oh man, you need to control your wife, man. You need to control your wife. She's out of control, go control your wife. Okay, first of all, you don't tell another man to go control his wife. Like, what is this? The 60s? What? I don't know. Anyways, Chris is looking back at him. You can tell by the way he looks over his shoulder, like, you can tell he's just like, you don't stop touching me. Like, and then he turns around, of course, he's saying, you know, all kind of expletives flying everywhere. They're just like aggravated. He turns around and he like pushes him off of him, but it wasn't a violent push. But of course, Michael's like, hands up. Oh man, like, oh, you pushing me, you touching me. Like, he is clearly, he's being a Candice pretty much at this moment. You're telling him he needs to control his wife, and you're acting just like his wife. So he's all excited. This guy is beat red, jumping around, talking about, oh, you're going to jail. At this point, you know that liquor has hit, and he is on one. Everybody is lit. Like, Robin is dropping it down to a split and jumping back up. Giselle looks a hot mess trying to dance. Ashley's getting her little jig on. Like, it's funny. Like, all them drunk and dancing is actually pretty funny. Michael's still somewhere acting a fool. It's so ironic that Michael is sitting here saying, oh man, these people are just, they're violating me and touching me all over. It's not so fun when the shoe's on the other foot, is it? Huh. The irony. And of course, to end out the season, we have Monique and she is saying that she is remorseful for her actions, but not defending herself when she felt she needed to be defended. Which means I'm not sorry. Because we all saw that this girl didn't do anything physically to get her to cause her to need to hit her to defend herself. It didn't happen. Maybe she felt like she needed to defend herself because of the words that were spoken. Okay, I'll take that. But it still doesn't warrant. Her reaction to Candice was not warranted as far as grabbing her hair and hitting her in the back of the head a couple times. Candice's reaction this whole season was not warranted. Yes, you got your hair pulled and you might have got bopped a couple times, but let's not act like you were Kenya Moore getting hoovered across the stage. Like, come on, girl. Like, both of y'all are ridiculous this season. And the funny thing is, they all ended up looking this terrible because they were sitting up under Giselle, listening to her and everything that she had to say, and letting Giselle egg them on to the point where they just made a fool out of themselves. And look what happened. We got legal action, lawsuits being thrown back and forth. It was stupid listening to Giselle. And that's what you get, because both of y'all was dumb enough to believe that she was actually your friend. Well, that wraps up my reaction to the Real Housewives of Potomac finale. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you making it this far with me. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that. I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope you guys come back for the reunion episodes. Thank you.